If only we had another person that knows Babs well that could weigh in here.
But that's a skewed opinion.
Of course it is. And that's what we're saying. Oh, no, here's coming. Let's have a listen.
Just push pause.
Morning, folks. Look at him. Mike Commodore here. Hey, look, I mean, I don't enjoy doing these videos, but Mike Babcock just can't help himself. All this talk, second chance, he's changed. It's all bullshit. Nothing's changed. He's exactly the same. He's pulling the same stuff now that he was in Toronto, that he was in Detroit. It's the same shit. Power, intimidation, and, I mean, going through people's camera rolls, I mean, pervert. He's a pervert.
Well, at least we got an unbiased down the middle opinion there from Tommy.
Yeah, that's good. That's where we would go for.
And I'm not bringing this up to say, like, look at this guy. Here's the things he's done. So much as like, this is peak drama. This
Great
is Melrose
story.
Place. This is 90210. This is Days of Our Lives shit in the NHL, because no one, except a small number of people, actually know what actually happened. And we've got people on either side vehemently saying the other people are not telling the truth. It has really juicy stuff.
It has caused some emotional trauma for a lot of, there's a lot of buildup here.
I also think just the context of Biz and that show are important. And we saw it in Nashville when we went down for the draft, Retro. Like, to see Bissonnette out is the only way you can really understand the stardom and the clout that he holds in the States. And we don't get to see it as much here because he's been a big personality on the TNT broadcasts, which have been excellent and far better than the ESPN ones. He is a really big swinging D, whether he wants to be or not, Dean. And it's like, he
is one of the most impactful hockey media people, bar none. There are some insiders, but Biz is on now. He did play. He's funny. He's charismatic. He's the best part. He's probably the best part of that show, right? Because Wayne's there. Wayne likes him. It's more than just being an influencer. But because you're right, Retro, there'll be a lot of guys. Spittin' Chicklets is cool. It's a very good podcast. It's the best one going, and Biz is just cool, and he can sell beer, and they can sell liquor, and they can, you know what I mean? He's a powerful guy. I do wonder,
enough to have some FU to it behind him too.
Yeah, and I wonder,
there should be some responsibility. But I mean, I don't think he's spouting bullshit. I really don't. I do think there's some room for the misinterpretation from a lot of different ways.
Yeah. I worry about him a little bit because he is so unfiltered and he is himself, and that's why he's gotten to this point. But as he becomes, to your point, Ryan, as he becomes kind of a legitimate mainstream influencer and a guy with some clout, it becomes easier to be canceled. When the more mainstream you get.
He's on that line where it's like, you didn't have to use that euphemism. Like, it's just a little too.
There was a tweet or an X that went out by him today or yesterday, and I'm like, okay.
You could pick a different analogy there.
Yeah, you don't have to be. But that's me.
But it was just blown away. Like, there was a line of people to talk with Biz all night. Whatever, Aldean's or whatever. And I was like, of course everyone wants to say hi, but it just didn't stop. And it was like, I knew he was big, and I think we all understood the power of his stardom as a broadcaster more than a player. But it was to a level I didn't expect in Tennessee, if you know what I mean.
And you know what? The guy works his ass off. Well, this guy, he's funny and he tweets. Guy has worked his ass off. He has leaned into it. He's gotten better at it. I remember we talked to him years ago, and he had kind of plans and designs with what he wanted to do. He's like he's the Pat McAfee of the NHL.
Totally. That's a good call. Yeah. And I think similar vibes, right? They're like not afraid to say what's on their mind. And if this is controversial, so be it.
Yeah.
It's very much the opposite of how the insiders have to sort of like, you can't burn these sources you have, and you've got to play through everything down the middle and be a journalist. That ain't it, right?
So, Retro, you laughed. You lolled when Mike Commodore's picture came up on the screen there. What was so funny?
Did he look disheveled again? I'm like,
you know what it was?
Look at me. I'm like,
that video came up like after his first tweet of the day. which was on Twitter or X or whatever. And like, he's not on all the time, but anytime there's any Babs controversy, it's good morning, folks.
Yeah, and it is good morning. Like you, good just morning. Out of the shower, and that his hair is an animal unto itself is not a shock. We know his hair is something special. We've seen it.
Anyway, this is Drama Boys. Like, I know that this isn't ideal type of PR, but there's sort of that philosophy, no PR is bad PR. This is, people are going to be paying more attention to the Blue Jackets than they would have otherwise. That's a fact.
Does this blow over enough for Babcock to just go about, like, whether you like him or not? Can he just go coach now? Or is
it's he said, she said, and until there's a smoking gun, it's just that. So here we go. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long-form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.